love to start singing this, but it is really way too low or too high for me to do so. However, this would be like the intro to Love Me Tender by Elvis Presley. He originally recorded it in the key of D, and in later years he remained in that key actually. Even though in his comeback special and the Vegas years, he would, at the end of the arrangement or in the middle, whatever, start raising the whole progression like a half step, and I think even another half step. I like that, I have to say, but I'm not necessarily teaching it that way. Staying in the key of D. So what you first heard, this, is really the sound of the original recording, right? Just a bass note, alternating bass notes by the way, and a little downstroke or a little strum, with your, in this case, my fingers. You can also do it with a pick if you would. Actually, in some occasions I would like to. However, now I'm doing it with my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. Yes. On the other hand, indeed, in later years, comeback special and such, the feel is a little, well, not maybe, yeah, that one too. the feel is a little different there, because there are more instruments and there's a band and such, and then you get more the feel of this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So then it becomes a really nice fingerpicking arrangement, I guess. This actually you could also do with a pick, and I might in some occasions. For now here, I do like to do so. So I will teach you how to play it as the original one, how to play it like this. Just fingerpicking your way through it, and then, well, you can choose for yourself. The progression has a few twists and turns, I have to say. It starts out pretty okay, you know, from D to E7 to A7 back to D, but in the chorus it does, like, you know, from D to now all of a sudden an F sharp dominant 7, so there are quite a few chords out of the key. I would play it as a little one, by the way. I have my reasons, even though you could go for this one or for this one. However, the next chord would be a B minor. So, you know, wrapping your thumb around the neck doesn't work too well, I would say. So, the little one would work well, or the barred one, and then to B minor. Yes, this one is, by the way, in the key. There's, yeah, well, a D7, there's a G, there's a G minor. You can play it like so, or like the full barred one chord, I mean. What else is in there? There's a B7, yes, and then there's an A7. So for A7, you can dress it up a little, as in going from the sus4 to the third in the chord, to the second in the chord, I mean the 2, back to the third, and back to D major. So you get this sound. Yes, I would just, well. So this is the sound that you hear in later years, the band playing. It is not necessarily on the original recording, but it is very nice. It's in sync with his singing. Very nice to add it there. Yes, so you get this. And always will. See, it's way too low for me. You can, by the way, do this in the verses as well. So I will show you, of course, all those chords and those, well, the sus4, sus2s, and how to fingerpick, all that, the picking, well, picking pattern, of course, there, and then we go through the progression, all that, and you should be fine and good to go from there. Okay, oh, yes, one other thing. Because it is too low for me, or too high, personally, I like to play it in the key of G, and actually then capoed on the 2nd fret, so that puts me in the absolute key of A. From there, nothing really changes. I would still somewhat play it very similar, the same way, actually. So there is a segment in which I will show you the chords in the key of G, and we run through that progression, I mean in that key, then as well. So, for some who might want to do the same there. Okay? So, Love Me Tender by Elvis Presley, up now in the Target program at Totally Guitars. Check it out over there.